Illinois native Jane Lynch is a familiar face in the movies and on television. However, she is now providing the narration for a commercial dealing with protecting confidential health information.
Film critic Chuck Kaplinski sat down with her recently to discuss it. Take a look.
From WCIA TV in Champaign, Illinois, Jane Lynch, how are you?
Good, U of I. Yay, go Illini.
Yeah, I live in Farmer City, which is 20 miles from Bloomington, Normal. I know you were in the area not too long ago.
I was there for 3 weeks directing a staged reading of a play.
You've got so many hats. It's like you remind me of one of those people who's always had to spin a plate. You got so many all the time, and then now has to do with Apple's new health app, the Health Kit. What does that do exactly?
Well, it's not new, which is the interesting thing. We've had them on our iPhones and all of our Apple devices, since the beginning of Apple. It's where you can keep all of your health information. It's where you can see how you're sleeping. You can see how many steps you took. You can see how your blood pressure is doing. And it's in this health app, and it is completely protected. And of course, the commercial I do is, kind of speaks to the broader issue of the lack of privacy on the internet and how we're so willing to unknowingly to give away all of this information that someone like the character I voice will do, bad things with. And in this case, of course, it's a funny commercial where I'm just shaming them for their funny little health issues like, hemorrhoids and diarrhea and halitosis and all those things. But, it speaks to a bigger issue of how we're just giving it all away on the internet. And there are malevolent forces that will take that information.
My wife was watching the spot with me, and it's such an effective spot because as I'm watching this and as she was watching, it was like, oh my God, what is it about me that I don't want people to know? And that just cuts straight to this problem at all. Yeah, my wife said, she's perfect for this because she always sounds a little bit sinister, and that really drives the point home.
Yep. Yeah, kind of, a sinister kind of, and it's the internet is full of a lot of people who are kind of looking for your weak spots and your vulnerabilities. So, they use them against you or whatever, the final evil plan is. But, you don't want to give them the gun to shoot you, so to speak.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, it's been on the Apple phone since we've had it.
Yeah.
And I don't use it. And I don't know if my wife or other people use it. So it's really great that you're pointing this out because it seems though every day we're hearing something more about AI and this happening and that happening. So it's great to have this tool.
Yeah, you have control over that information. And, if you go on the app now, you'll see it's been tracking your steps. It's been looking at your sleep. And so if you're interested in that information or you want to connect it to your doctor, you can have all of that stuff in that protected app on your Apple device.
Have you had any problems with this as far as information getting out that you didn't want out, or?
I get phone calls all day long, so my phone number is out there. So yeah, it's a pain. I have some protections on my iPhone where you can just have calls that ring through that are in your contacts. But I think twice. I think twice about what I share. I'm deleting tweets all the time. I'll say something and go, no, I don't want to say that.
Well, Jane Lynch, talking about Apple's health app, thank you so much. Not only are you entertaining us, but also this is great information. So I really appreciate you talking to me today.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.